Back again, Shinazaki featuring Z.Saber. Doing a little rebranding here. From here on out, we're going to name the podcast the D.N.ATA Podcast. In this podcast, we talk about the DNA. We get down to the DNA and the data of gaming and technology. We break it down, we dissect it, we talk about it, and we get it cracking. So, Z.Saber, what's your intro? Go ahead. Let them know where
What
they can
up,
find you at.
everybody? What up, everybody? How y'all doing? Y'all ready to get into these handhelds for 2024? I mean, 2025. Let's get it.
Hey. He said we still in 2024. It was so much that released in
Yeah,
2024. You got to go back to
man.
that. Hey, let's go. Let's go.
2025. Let's go. Let's go. I'm
Let's
ready
go.
for this. I'm ready for this Acer. This Acer is gonna be blazing fire.
Yes,
Blazing
sir.
fire, bro.
I'm a little under the weather, y'all, so y'all got to excuse me. But they ain't stopping no podcast, so we finna get it going. So we're going to do this similar to what I did last time. We're going to watch a video, and then we're going to kind of break it down, talk about it, see what we like, see what we anticipate in it, all that good stuff. Yeah, we're going to make it happen. So D.N.ATA Podcast, Episode 1, Volume 1. I'm a little under the weather, but we're going to make it work. So let's get started. Acer Blade. Whoa. Already, boy. Acer Blaze 8 and 11. Let's go.
What's up, and welcome to another episode of Gizmo Slip Tech. Today we're taking a look at the Acer Nitro Blaze 8 and 11. So the 8 is right there, the 11 is right here. We're going to be doing some detailed hands-on testing, checking
That
out
thing
the
huge,
preliminary
bro.
software. Keep in mind these are pre-production units. The final units may have a little bit better fit and finish, and these have some keys and features on them that are not currently used or whatnot. So just know that these are going to be refined a little bit more and improved upon in the final production unit versions. Okay, so what are the basics around the Nitro Blaze 11 and 8, and why would you consider these versus, say, the ROG Ally or other competing products? So first of all, let's talk about the processor and the specs. So this has the Ryzen 7 8840HS and the 780 graphics card. So you can see right here on the spec sheet, we've got some detailed specs already.
So you got 2 terabytes of storage in there.
16-thread CPU, which is going to be able to play a lot of games. And the 780M is going to be able to play a lot of games as well. And that 8840HS is a powerful enough CPU. You can just use this as a general computer as well. If you just want to hook this up to a monitor, using USB 4 for a dock system. Hooking up peripherals on here. We got quite a few ports actually that will allow you to use this as more of an actual laptop and computer compared to something like the Ally that has its. Now, there's a lot of pros and cons with going with something that's as big as the Blaze 11, and this thing is pretty big. Let me show you. So I've got big hands. I'm like 6'1", and when I take this thing in my
huge,
hands,
bro.
it's still huge. All right, it's still very, very large. Let me just to 0.5 so we can hold this a little closer. But these controller sticks on the sides actually do pop off.
Yeah,
There's
that
these little
D-pad
buttons
look
you
little,
press,
though. I don't know
and
about
they
that
slide
D-pad.
right off. So press this and it comes right off. And then there's these little connectors on the side that transmit the data. But this is a wireless.
You see how small that D-pad is?
This wirelessly
Look how
connects
small
into
that
your
stick
Blaze
is,
11, and there is a little middle
that's
piece.
little.
So if you pop both of these off,
I think the ring is making it look smaller.
right, you set
I
this
think
down,
so, too.
you can use these
The buttons
to
is
still
small
game
too.
wirelessly. I'm not
And
sure
that
if this is
almost look
currently
too
set up or
long
not,
to be
right? I
holding
tested
like
this before
that.
this video, but let's find out. So I can still game wirelessly right here in Psychonauts 2. And so this is really cool. And there's a middle piece that turns it into like a
Little bit of
solid
latency.
controller. So you can actually
Yeah.
use these as like an actual controller on the go and set up the Blaze
Just call them
11 in
Joy-Cons, bro.
kickstand
You know
mode,
they
which let's
Joy-Cons.
go
Yeah,
ahead and show you
it's called
the
them
Blaze
detachable
11
controllers,
kickstand
bro.
mode.
Come on, bro.
I'll reattach these.
Ooh.
Very simple to reattach. All right. And
That'd be crazy if
so
he
there's a
dropped the
kickstand right
production
here
unit on the
back.
ground.
Pop this out, and now you've got
Okay.
yourself a portable little handheld that has the ability to sit upright on its own on a table or a desk or something. and then you can hold the controllers remotely in your hands to continue playing the games. So overall, the Blaze 11 is really cool, but the number one reason to consider the Blaze 11
About to hit the side
over
of
something
that.
like the
And that's what it look like,
Ally
don't it?
and the Lenovo Go is just the screen size. Like that's it. It's a really high quality 500 nits, 10.95 inch display that is high color gamut, high refresh rate, 120 hertz. So it's going to be just phenomenal to play games on. The downside is that we're talking last gen hardware here with the Ryzen 8840HS. So we're talking, compared to the new AMD Z2 Extreme, we're talking about less graphical compute units, so probably about 33% slower in terms of graphical performance. And then we're also talking about increased resolution compared to the 1080p display of the ROG Ally. And a lot of the other competing products use a little bit lower resolution display, so it's easier to play those games. And so just know that you're probably going to have to do more upscaling and fiddle with more settings to get some of the games to play properly with the Nitro series, the 8 or the 11, because they're both QHD displays, I believe. Just making sure.
That's an irritant element.
Yes, they are. Now,
Yeah,
on the
but to
inside,
be honest,
we do have a
you're going to be doing that
2280
same
SSD
tinkering with
slot
the
in
ROG
Nitro
Ally,
Blaze
the same
11,
tinkering
and
with
you can see
the
all
Legion
full
Go.
specs
I'm doing
right
it now.
If you
So
guys want to pause and look at these specs in detail. But let's go ahead and review the ports on this as well. So the ports on the top of this guy, we've got a power, volume rocker, USB-C, and one of these is a USB 4, the other one's a USB 3.2. Then we have a Type A and a headphone port.
Can't
and
tell
a
which one is
micro SD
which.
card slot, and then a
Sure,
big
okay.
fan exhaust. So on the bottom, we actually do have a what looks like a keyboard dock adapter, but we don't have any official word from Acer about any
That's gonna
peripherals
be
to
fire.
support
That's
this,
gonna
but
be
know
fire.
there's potential there to have this turn into more of a clamshell alternative to a full PC down the line. And another thing with the Blaze 11 is we have Windows Hello support with Windows IR here for intelligent face login, which is really, really cool. Now, let's go ahead and set this back up here, and let's pull the Blaze 8 out. Well, I guess we'll put this here. So the Blaze 11 and the Blaze 8 side by side.
I think that 8 looks pretty good.
You can see it's quite a big difference in size. I mean, and if I were to bring the Ally here,
That's
the Ally
crazy.
would also be noticeably smaller, probably only about to here on this guy, because increasing the screen size really dramatically increases the size of the overall device. Now, the main differences between the Blaze 8 and 11 is going to be the screen refresh rate, 144 hertz on the Blaze 8, 120 hertz on the Blaze 11.
You ain't gonna notice
We have
that.
the same specs on the inside, except the SSD size is a
Not in that small of a
2242
screen.
on the Blaze 8. So there's
Right.
less SSD options for the Blaze 8. And then the other thing is the price point. The Blaze 11 starts at $1,100, and the Nitro Blaze 8 is $899 or $900. So $200 difference in price for the increased size of the device. And the port placement's also a little bit different. On the Blaze 8, we have two USB-Cs on the top, one USB 4, and then the USB
They next to each other on
headphone
this one.
port and micro SD card slot are
Yeah.
located in the bottom. So the port placement is a little bit different, and of course there is no detachable sides to this. Like these do not come off on the side of the Blaze 8. This is one solid unit. So I would say it's a less versatile device compared to the Blaze 11. So let's go ahead and play a couple games. We've got the Forza on.
The sticks don't light up
This
as
guy.
well.
Yeah, less RGB.
So let me go ahead
That might
and
be better
set
for
the
battery
wide
life.
angle. There we go.
Ooh, that look clean though.
Hey, dude.
So this is
Hey,
Forza
yo, so I was gonna say,
5,
bro, I
believe.
think that the new standard for
I don't know
handheld
what the
gaming
settings are right
should
now,
be
but
8-inch
everything's
screens,
playing
bro.
really smoothly.
So I don't know.
Minimum.
I don't know what the Switch 2 doing, but they gotta have 8-inch screen on that.
I feel like it
We're
is gonna be
pass
8
someone.
inch.
Okay, no, we're gonna
Okay.
we're gonna ram.
I gotta
someone.
verify that. Maybe somebody can verify
I
that
think
in
I'm
the
going the
comments
wrong
as well.
direction. right
Exactly.
now.
So that's
Let's
the
see if we
thing,
can do
bro.
a
Like,
sliding
even though it's a
turn.
little
There
bit
we go.
less gen hardware,
Sweet. There.
I
now
want you
we're
to
going
know
in
that
the right
that's an
direction.
actual laptop processor that's in there, and that holds 2280
crap.
M.2s.
All right,
So you don't need to buy them
everything seems to be
funky
playing really
small
well. Let's
ones
check out the
for
settings
the
if we can for this.
Acer 11.
Max.
Nice.
And I don't know.
Dude got accessibility options on it. Ah.
I don't know what we got going on, but something. It's announcing everything that I say. I think the
Yeah, my game was doing that to me too. I had to go into the settings and figure that out.
the accessibility options.
Wow,
have been
that's
announcing
funny.
Right there,
everything that I
bro.
do.
Accessibility.
Okay, so let's go down to video.
No.
And you can see that right now we're at 1912 by 1200. Frame rate target is
I guess you
72
turned it off.
FPS. No FSR is enabled. Interesting. But yeah, so that's, I mean, those are some pretty good settings if we're doing 1920 by 1200 with no other things enabled to do upscaling or anything. So anyway, the graphics is also set to low and medium, a mixture of low and medium.
Turn that boy up. Let's see it.
There you go.
For
That's the
real.
Blaze 8.
Turn
Let's
it
go
up,
ahead and
bruh.
just
Nah, he
show
too
you a
scared
little
to.
bit of
He too
gameplay
scared.
Man, come
on the Blaze 11.
Well, let's see
So
what he's
this is
doing with this one.
Psychonauts 2,
All right.
and things are playing well, running through
Nah,
the
it's looking
the
kinda
game loop
choppy,
here.
bro.
Everything looks really smooth and is very responsive. Ergonomically, both of the devices feel
I don't
pretty
know
good
if
in
it's the
hand.
video or
I have
the
to actually play
actual.
around with them.
Yeah,
it's really good ergonomics. Truly
That's
figured
what I'm
out,
thinking.
But overall, the device is, I think, very promising ergonomically. I think a lot of people would like using this for a long time. So that's the overview of the Nitro Blaze 11 and Nitro Blaze 8. I hope you guys enjoyed it. There will be more videos to come. I've got the Predator series over there and the Nitro series over there. So be sure to subscribe and like the video and come back for more. We'll see you guys soon. Brandon out.
All right. So, what you think, bro? What you think? How we feeling?
I'm feeling overall very excited for it. I mean, the screen is excellent. You know, you're gonna get very high quality resolution for that size, as well as very, very good frame rates depending on the game.
Yep.
But the only difference is that the 8-inch has 144 hertz versus the 120 for the 11-inch, which that's debatable if you're gonna see that difference, like you mentioned. The processor is a previous gen processor, which for that price, y'all should have shaved off a couple of bucks off, because of that. Because of that fact, I feel.
Yeah.
That's $1,100, $900. That's the current gen. That's the current gen processor.
Right. So, let's pull this up. So right now, this is their website, and we got all the specs right here. So this processor that they have, and they didn't show this little Joy-Con grip. That look kind of fire.
Yeah.
But that is a laptop processor. The 8840HS is what they put in $600, $700, $800, $900 laptops. So you're buying this literally as a laptop, and it's coming with the 2280 M.2. Okay, so the full size. Now I hope it's expandable to up to 4 terabytes instead of 2, because you buying it for the 2 terabytes, that's gonna be $1,100 out the box. I want to know if they sell a 1 terabyte version. We don't know that yet, but hopefully we'll figure that out soon. Now it's got a high brightness, 500 nits high brightness.
Mm-hmm.
That's nice. Especially playing outside in the sun, you'll be able to see it real good, especially with a big screen like that. One thing he mentioned in the video was, why would you buy this over the ROG Ally, the Legion Go, Go S, all of them other devices? Well, it's the same reason why I bought my Legion Go over my Steam Deck OLED. Because of the screen, bro. And I promise you, that screen, I have not picked up my OLED Steam Deck since I had that Legion Go, bro.
Hmm.
Playing games on that big screen, worth every penny. Every penny, bro.
And I would say, in addition to that, if you were going to get these models, you would get the 10-inch or the 10-inch, 10 or 11-inch.
It's a
10,
10.95, so they call it right here.
yeah.
So they
Yeah,
call
okay.
it
You would get that model for the versatility as well. So you could be able to detach the controllers, you could put it on the tabletop, you know what I'm saying? You can have once they release the keyboard peripheral, you can set it up as like basically a laptop at that point with detachable controllers. And you can sit that on the table or whatever and just game and
yep,
you do some work, some editing or whatever.
yep.
Um yeah, if you can get past that price, A1.
Man,
A1
I tell
product.
you that price is really gonna be a tough one, bro. Because I mean, you're getting the Legion Go original with this resolution right here, and I'm talking about that resolution looks immaculate, my guy. So to see that with the extra 4 or 5 something inches, that's gonna look even better.
Hmm.
So I'm not
And
too
I love the smaller bezels as well. You
yes,
know, my Steam Deck, you don't notice the bezels while you game, but when you compare the devices, it's like you would rather get as small of a bezel as possible if you were gonna pick. You know what I mean?
right, exactly.
Uh,
Smaller bezels. So
so I'm all for that.
definitely. So yeah, I mean, looking at this device, 8 core, 16 threads. This is a 5.1 gigahertz max boost, so that's a high
Ooh.
maximum boost, even though it's last gen hardware. Now, I did take a look at this processor. This processor is not overclockable, so it's got a base clock of 3.3 gigahertz with a boost clock of 5.1. Now, what do you have to do to get 5.1 gigahertz? I can't tell you right now, but it's there, and I'd rather it be there than to not be there. All right. So,
Yeah,
I mean,
agreed.
maybe you're doing some live video editing or something on it, and it's gonna kick up that max boost. Maybe you're playing a game that's got a little bit more demanding
Maybe
specs.
playing Crisis.
Exactly, Crisis or something. You'll see that 5.1 gigahertz max boost. So it would have been nice to see the detachable dock or keyboard that they're talking about, because I think that's really where this is going to shine.
Oh yeah.
So yeah, um, I'm hyped for this. I can't wait till it come out. So yeah, bro. Any closing thoughts?
Yeah, man, I can't wait either. I also want to say that the graphics are interesting on the back. I really like how they have the little etching, the N logo, and then you got the is it light up etching on the front or is it more reflective? It looks like it's reflective.
It's just reflective. It's not like RGB or anything.
Yeah, that's a pretty slick
Yeah, let's see if we can.
design there.
Let's see something real. Let me see something real quick.
Said up to 39 AI tops. I'm also questioning the mechanism for detaching and attaching the controllers. What's your thoughts on that? Because you had the original Legion.
Yeah.
Did that look similar to your experience with your Legion?
Yeah, it's literally the same. If I could recall, it's the same mechanism practically as the
Okay.
Legion Go. Hold on, my camera. Okay, bet. Yeah, it's like the same setup. Like, let me pull it out for you. So this is the Legion Go. That little button is at the bottom. Very easy to take off and put on. So here we go right here. If I can get it to focus.
You might want to turn your virtual background off.
Yeah, I think that's what it is. But yeah, you just pull it off.
Okay.
See it?
Yep. Same mechanism. Yep.
Same mechanism. Push it back up, and it's on there. There's
And
not
it's
a lot
pretty
of
sturdy.
there's no wobble in it. There are some people in videos that say they got wobble in it. There's not a lot of wobble in this. I've had this for almost 7 months, 8 months now, and mine still aren't wobbly. Okay.
Now I will say with the Switch, with the rail system on the Switch, you definitely will get a little wobble in those.
Right. Well,
So
I'm also curious to see how this magnet's gonna work. Like, how strong is that magnet? I want to see them hold that boy like this.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I want to see the weight, all the weight going from the magnet. You know.
Mm-hmm.
So I want to see what they talking about with that. So yeah, bro, you got any videos that's coming out that you want to shout out? That's people could check out on your channel.
Yeah. YouTube.com/Zsaber. I have a video that I'm currently working on. We did the spoiler discussion of Sonic 3. So that's a big one, y'all. It's a big one. It's a doozy. So it's taking the grip. So that's in the works, as well as another video on Transformers Reactivate. We had some news and some updates with Splash Damage that came out, and it lit a fire under me. And I want to talk about it. So
Yep,
stay tuned for that, y'all.
for sure. Yeah, and I got a nice little video coming up talking about the Steam controller. Stay tuned for that. I also got a little comparison video talking about the Legion Go's Joy-Cons versus the optical sensor that we've seen leaked on the Switch 2. So stay tuned for those videos, y'all. And this has been the first episode of the D.N.ATA Podcast featuring Zsaber. Stay tuned for more tech news, reviews, reactions, and watch parties. Only one place you can find it, right here. We are out. Shinazaki, D.N.ATA Podcast.